Hey, welcome or welcome back. Have you ever heard of the Nothing Bundt Cake? The Nothing Bundt Cake was started by two ladies in their kitchens in their home in 1997, and the cakes were so delicious that now they have over 400 locations. There may be one in your town. What makes the Nothing Bundt Cake so popular? Well, they're delicious and they're very moist. What's the secret? Stay with me and I will show you what makes this cake so moist and delicious. If you are new here, I hope that you will like this recipe. And when you do, you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit notifications so that you get all of our delicious recipes as they post. And you may want to check the channel as well, and I welcome you to do so. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Let's get started on this Nothing Bundt Cake copycat recipe. To start our Nothing Bundt Cake, you will need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and you will need to grease your bundt pan really well. I'm using a baker's joy, but there's nothing worse than having your cake stick in your bundt pan. Then set this aside. You will need to get one box of a devil food cake. I just love making cakes with boxed cake mix. This makes it a little bit easier. You will also need a 3.7 ounce, 3.9 ounce of instant chocolate pudding. You will need a half a cup of oil and a half a cup of water. Just going to pour that right over there. You will need 1 cup of sour cream. Now, the sour cream is what's going to make this cake, or one of the ingredients that's going to make this cake so moist. And I believe it's the secret too to the Nothing Bundt cakes. Then we will add 4 eggs. Honey, I'm just dumping all of this in here. Then we're going to start mixing it up. I'm going to give this just a little stir before I put the mixer in it, just to keep ingredients, or hopefully keep ingredients from flying over the kitchen. Then you're going to mix this on medium for at least 2 minutes. That is mixed. We're going to set our mixer aside. Now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of mini semi-sweet chocolates, and I'm just going to fold this into our batter. Just a light fold. This is folded in. Now I'm going to get that bundt pan. This will be a thick batter, but just pour this around in your bundt pan. And then we will smooth it out, get it just as even as we can. Maybe give it a little shake. We have that all out of the mixing cup here. And now we're just going to smooth it out, just to get it as even as we can. That looks good to me. This is ready to go in the oven now. Again, that's at 350 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes until it passes the toothpick test. While our cake is baking, we are going to make the frosting for this Nothing Bundt Cake. And it is a copycat, so we're going to make it just like they do. You will need a 1/4 cup of butter at room temperature, 8 ounces of cream cheese also at room temperature, and we're going to cream this together. We will now add a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. I'm just going to eyeball this one. That might be a little more, but we like vanilla. And then mix this in. Our next ingredient is going to be 2 cups of confectionery sugar. And I'm going to add almost 2 cups, and then I'm going to mix it some because sometimes it gets too thick. So there's a certain consistency that I'm looking for. You probably do the same thing. I will give this a little stir before I put the mixer back on it, or I will be in a white cloud of sugar. Now we will whip this up. I am going to need a little bit more of this confectionery sugar, so I'm going to pour this in. That's the consistency that I want. Our Nothing Bundt Cake is out of the oven, and this house smells delightful. We're going to need to let this rest for about 10 minutes to give us the best results that we can have when we turn this bundt cake out of the pan. We're going to turn this bundt cake out now onto a cake plate. Drum roll. Voila! We're going to let this cool completely, and then we're going to put the frosting on it. Our bundt cake has cooled, and now we're going to decorate it with our frosting. You could, by all means, just drizzle or spread your frosting on, but this is a copycat, so we want to make it look almost like this one right up here. So I have taken our frosting and I have put it in one of my frosting bags, and I'm just going to clip the end on it, and we're going to start piping this frosting on. And that is it. Our Nothing Bundt Cake is complete. It's time to cut this cake and just see how beautiful it is on the inside. Look at how moist that cake is. I can hardly wait to taste this one. Won't this cake be beautiful on your Easter dinner table? Or really any time of the year, but I know Easter's coming up. I am going to take a bite of this, and you've seen how moist this cake was. Is that too big? You don't think so? That is a good cake. The cake is so moist and soft. Those chocolate chips we put in there, the intensity of the chocolate is just delightful. And the cream cheese frosting, that is delicious on this cake. Guys, you've seen how easy this cake was. If you go and buy this cake at the Nothing Bundt Cake, it's going to cost you over $20. We have only a fraction of that, probably about half of that in this cake. And you've seen how easy it was to put together. I hope that you have enjoyed this recipe. And if you did, you give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit notifications so that you get all of our recipes as they post. I hope that you'll make this one in your home, or you'll find something on our channel that you will make in your home. And until next time, God bless and take care.